It's on! Like the little boy said, it is now on. Welcome to the November 2nd edition of Disney Park Talk Live, the show in which we gather the three smartest people in the world of theme parks in Jeremiah and discuss the week in Disney theme parks. My name is Doobie Mosley. I am your co-host. Over there is my wife, Rebekah.
Hi.
Down there, the star of Southern California theme park reporting, Mike Celestinos, such as it is right now, which is not much. And down there, I'm sorry, Jeremiah?
How many Celestinos are there?
You heard that, huh? Couldn't let that go.
Yes. No. You just called me the dumb one. I'm calling this out.
And down there is the vice president of Central Florida Theme Park Taste reporting and designated taster of space meetings, Jeremiah Good. And we are here to talk about the week in Disney theme park news. Before we begin, please take a moment, if you don't mind, like this stream. That helps more than you can possibly imagine. Also, take a moment to subscribe to us however you're watching us. And we'd like to also remind you that we are absolutely live. We're doing a news show. You want to know the news, so do yourself a favor. Put your questions in the comments, things you'd like to know. Thank you, Jeremiah, for the proof. Things you'd like us to discuss. Tricks you'd like Jeremiah to perform, and we would be happy to do our best.
Wallpaper on his phone.
What's yours? What's your wallpaper?
It's the Discovery. It's the mountain in Shanghai.
What's
that
yours?
You
Maxie?
explore.
You've been to Shanghai?
Oh, very nice.
Wait, I feel like our times are off. You
Mine-
put yours up.
Mine's too bright. How come your
Why
guys'
is it?
work? See, I can't
Oh
get
wait,
mine.
now it's the same.
Now I can't get mine to not be so bright that it's just like a white background.
Do we have
Guys,
the
I
same
feel left
date?
out.
guys, show.
Sorry, mine's a chandelier in the Disney Wonder.
It's all
Wonder?
parks related.
Not the dream?
No, I have the Wonder right now.
The peacock. No, the peacock's the fantasy.
Yeah,
I don't remember
yeah,
what the
no,
Wonder is.
that's the one. No, you're right. I'm sorry. It's the
The dream.
the dream. Yeah,
Yeah, okay.
Yep. The other one.
And mine is
The
some
other
cool
one.
little animated asteroids kind of flying across the back. Nothing to do with Disney whatsoever. All
My
right,
lock screen is the princess.
let's get started. So I think the big news in Disney this week is, in the words of Charlie Brown, Christmas
I got a rock.
time is here.
Doobie loves that Christmas
Who does?
time song from Charlie Brown. I do not. How do you guys rate it? Scale 1 to 5. Yeah, see, Jeremiah are on the same page. You like it, Mike C?
I do. That's one of my favorite Christmas. I have the vinyl Vince Guaraldi or whatever Charlie Brown Christmas record, and we play it every year.
Wow.
I love
Okay.
that song.
I just saw that record for sale at Cracker Barrel today.
Oh, cute.
That nice picture disc one.
Yeah, it's actually
Oh.
lenticular.
Oh.
You know, Phoebe doesn't shop at
cool.
Cracker Barrel.
That sounds cool. No, you're thinking of a different franchise. Okay.
Crate and
but-
Barrel. Crate
Yeah,
and
so
Barrel.
here we go. Some Disney Parks news.
Not the same thing. All right, so Christmas time has arrived at Disney parks. It was like Saturday was Halloween, and then, like the meme goes, poof, Christmas everywhere. And it actually happened that way, didn't it, Jeremiah?
Really, I was in one of the parks on Saturday, I believe. And then Sunday, I walked into Magic Kingdom for the surprise Jingle Cruise.
We'll get to it in a moment.
As we walk in, the Christmas tree's up. And I mean, I know Christmas starts to transform as soon as Halloween's over, but I don't think I ever remember the Christmas tree being up the next day. Like, usually it's a week or so later.
Well, usually they have to wait until they do the Christmas parade taping before they can put it in the hub. But that's not an issue this year.
Because they often will have it. They have it over. Well, long ago they'd have it kind of off to the side, and then they would relocate it to the center after the tapings had occurred. But yes, you're right. It isn't normal to see the day after Halloween a enormous Christmas tree in town square. That's lovely.
That is lovely. It is interesting to see the castle. Yeah, with just garland, because it's been quite a while since we've seen a Christmas castle without the castle dream lights.
Yeah, and that's just the back side of the castle. The front side didn't have any of the decorations up, which will be interesting to see what they do because again, we're used to Elsa's Christmas dream lights being up there, and that's the main thing.
And this year they've indicated we aren't getting the traditional netting and lights and that kind of thing, and there'll be some projections we're expecting.
Yeah.
So
Right. Do you think they'll just
see how that looks?
Do you think they'll just project lights onto it?
Probably.
And they'll transform it into like a giant gingerbread, like that lovely item that you saw at World of Disney that you want to buy, right? I mean, that's going to be part of the fun, right? I would expect.
They'll probably, I mean, and this is all just us guessing. They'll separate like the projections they've done for the Christmas fireworks, and during the Christmas parties, they'll probably just rotate those throughout the night, which will keep from the crowds gathering.
Which is I am quite disappointed we're not getting the dream lights. I fully understand, don't get me wrong, but I love it, even at the cost of the Christmas tree being fished for a few weeks. I think it's quite worth it. Would you guys agree, disagree?
I don't care. I'm okay. I'm okay if it doesn't look like it's been draped in icicles. It's okay. I'm looking forward to something new. It's been a few years where it's looked like this, so I'm looking forward to it not looking frosted. It's okay. I guess Judy's not here for a moment. So,
yeah, I think the Christmas. I mean, I enjoyed the Christmas lights on the castle, but at the same time, I greatly enjoyed them not having a giant crane in the back of the castle since, late August, trying to put all those lights up, and then them being done by mid-October. So we have Halloween, but Christmas, just like Disneyland would have the snow on the castle just at Christmas or Halloween Day. And that was always one of those things that bothered me.
Yeah, there's a trade-off with anything like this, but another holiday overlay appeared. Are you ready to showcase that, Doobie? Or are you still...
I am, and let me clarify that the dream lights are missed and should be there. They're definitely better. I wasn't sure if you guys clarified that without me. So Jeremiah, you said this was a surprise. Doobie. Why was it a surprise? The Jingle Cruise is here.
Because it wasn't announced. There was absolutely no announcement or talk of the Jingle Cruise returning this year, and all the holiday announcements the Disney Parks blog had done over the past few months about the changes coming for Halloween and Christmas, there was never a talk of the Jingle Cruise at all. And then, poof, November 1st, the Jingle Cruise appears.
Yeah. Were there rumors out there? I know a lot of times rumors get around. Had you heard anything at all?
Not at all. That was
amazing.
And I mean, clearly it was so quiet that I think I was the only different sight there. I don't know what's going on right now. Doobie's apparently just watching it on his own. He doesn't care about anybody else. I think I was the only representative of a website or a vlog or a Twitch stream or smoke signals that was there that morning.
You stumbled upon a delightful holiday gift.
Oh, that's a good way to put it.
It was wonderful. I was so excited to see that this came to the Magic Kingdom. Yay for presents and garland and twinkle lights.
So if you'd like to see the full video, just go to our YouTube channel. Jeremiah was kind enough to get a video and get it up same day. Very efficient.
Can I share my favorite joke so far that I heard?
Sure.
Okay, so they're approaching the famous falls, right? And she's driving along and she's talking about how they've had like snow and melting and oh, lean in and oh shoot. I was worried we were going to deck the falls with the Guess I'm Hauling.
That's good.
I liked it. I thought that was 2 thumbs up. That made me happy. Her delivery is much better than mine, but it was
she was a great skipper.
So
did you almost call her a captain?
Yes.
That's part of Jeremiah's video that you'll find on YouTube. So be sure and check out Jingle Cruise.
Give it a thumbs up. Mike, you like Jingle Cruise?
Yeah, I'm a fan of holiday overlays in general, but I think the one at Haunted Mansion here is up for too long. It's like 4 months or something, right?
Okay, that's a 2 holiday overlay.
Yeah, I know. It's too long. It's like a third of the year we got Nightmare Before Christmas in there.
I don't disagree with you. Man, I don't know. It doesn't matter. Okay, and then, whoa, I was just going to you. All right, so next story. She'll be back, I hope.
And Jingle Cruise, we don't have a end date for it. It will run, normally through the weekend after New Year's. So
Would it
you
be
have
cool
time.
if they just ran it, like they didn't switch back? It just became the thing for a while?
Like Haunted Mansion Holiday, where it runs for the 4 months. It runs all the way through spring.
Okay. I was going to do holiday merchandise, but Rebekah is back. Okay. Holiday merchandise. You want to do some screen sharing and lead this one?
Sure. So, Jeremiah, you were at World of Disney today, and it looks beautiful with all of the Holly Jolly merchandise. So why don't you take us through some of the items that you took pictures for Laughing Place?
Well, I think both Mike and I have taken quite a few of the holiday pictures over the past few days. This was a unique one. It's actually a holiday baking set, and it comes with a mixing bowl. And in it, they have the cookie cutters, but right now they have the paper in it for the Mickey and Minnie cookie cutters. Doobie was hoping that they were actually pre-made cookies in there, but sadly they are not.
That's down on the labor.
Yeah, they'll let you know what they look like.
Of course, the cute dish towels. This new pattern is really cute. I love the Mickey and Minnie's, and then they have some of the snacks. Also, of course, the castle done in gingerbread. And the displays in there, this is the main area. I'm sure, Mike, you're going to Downtown Disney tomorrow?
Correct.
So if we just want to just cross out the Walt Disney World and write Disneyland, it'll look the exact same there.
Yeah.
But it is really cute in that area. This year's artwork is really fun with the Fab Five having fun. And then some of the new hot ears are the snow Mickey balloon ears.
They remind me of it reminds me of the Arendelle blue. So you have kind of that Elsa callback, and then you've got the snowflakes all around it. Mm-hmm. And they also light up then apparently this peppermint bow also lights up. See, it says lights up on it, in case I forgot.
This was my favorite. This is just an ornament set, and it looks, I think Doobie may try to eat the ornaments if I sent them to him, but they look just like the little cookies. And the only downside of that is I want to say that set was about $50. It's not overpriced for it, but I looked at it and I went, that's not something I'm going to be getting for my tree this year. Yeah,
you're correct that's very close to the price on it. I think it was either $49.99.
Yeah, I think that one and this one were the $49, and this is just ultra cute with the
very adorable
plate and the milk jug for Santa with the peppermint candy cane straw. It looks like. But
I think if Doobie could have had anything sent to him, I think it might have been these gingerbread plush. They are very adorable.
And they smell. They are scented, just like that candle in front of them. It all smells like gingerbread. So that area of World of Disney was very sweet.
I love the smell of gingerbread, and knowing that some of the gingerbread houses won't be making their way to Walt Disney World. I was very happy to hear that we'll at least have the gingerbread plush. So while we're there, we'll still have that gingerbread fragrance in the air.
Yeah, and this is one of 3 or 4 different sets of ears. We had the Mickey balloon ears, then we had the Mickey and Minnie gingerbread, and then I believe the next one is what Doobie really wants.
Yep, the countdown calendar, which is the gingerbread house style of the castle. And there's something similar to this on the West Coast, but it features the it features a holiday stylized Sleeping Beauty castle. Mike had pictures of it last week on Laughing Place. So
yeah, we have the same Walt Disney World one also. It's just a little bit bigger and a little different design. But I went with the gingerbread ones because, again, just so cute.
And then here's the store stand-up, just more cuteness.
And I'm pretty sure Benji will be purchasing these as soon as he gets back. They are the Dogtails different harness sweaters for the dogs, and they just so cute. Like, and I'm not even a dog person. This was probably my favorite item. It's a figurine, but it's an old style music box, or music. You wind it up, and it's very classic. And I think the next one may have been more of the porcelain figures. They went back and kind of did more of the classic, 80s and 90s. Tons of different ornaments.
And pajamas for your family pictures.
Well, that's the pajamas that the entire Laughing Place crew is going to be wearing on Christmas Day when we StreamYard.
Sure,
we watch the parade.
And they did holiday masks.
Yes, the holiday masks. So, Mike, you really don't have to worry about these tomorrow. Although I do want to know if you guys had the same price increase that we did.
What was the difference, Jeremiah? Now these masks had previously been
$6, and they are now $9.99.
So a jump in the price of the individual face masks.
But one of the new things that I asked was about the discounts, because previous you hadn't been able to get any type of discounts on the masks. The cast member did say that annual pass holders, DVC members, and cast members all get discounts on the masks now.
Very cool.
And there's another set of the years.
They're like lots of sparkly and red and green. That's it for our walk around World of Disney, Doobie.
Okay. Sorry, I had to duck out for a moment.
No worries.
You know how it goes around here. Let's see. A Sparlock ran off with my Tudor Fro, so that's my little Star Wars lingo there. Just to, fit in better.
I like how confused. It's just totally like, okay.
That's not Star Wars. Maybe I know something he doesn't.
I thought you were talking about Morgan Sparlock.
I was. Jeremiah.
Doobie.
What's been happening? So I hear there are two things going on with the best ride in existence, Rise of the Resistance. Can you tell me about the new boarding system?
The new boarding system. So previously, originally you would have to be at the park at opening, which meant people were arriving 3 hours early to be in line to get into the park. And when pre-shutdown, 7, 8 o'clock, everybody'd be there, hit their button, just like it had at Disneyland. And then when the parks reopened, since the parks were opening later at 10 o'clock, everybody'd be there ready to hit their button. And then again at 2 o'clock, everybody could try to get backup boarding passes. Starting tomorrow, I'm not waking up at 3 a.m. to buy a pin, but I am waking up at 7 a.m. to try to get a boarding pass. But this time, instead of having to be at Disney's Hollywood Studios, I'm going to do it from the comfort of my own bed.
And we'll see if that works.
Do you need to have a reservation in the park to do it?
You do have to have a park pass reservation, and that will be on your system, and it shows up on the system. Here, I'll do the worst thing we could possibly do and just show the screens.
Make sure your social's on there.
So,
by the way, I don't think Tony Betty's watching right now, but if he was, does this make it any better, Tony? Maybe?
So, yes, you have to have a park pass. There it is. So you can see just the tower. Isn't that come in handy?
Beautiful.
Okay, I give up. You have to have a park pass, which, again, it limits guests. Not that you could get in without a park pass, but Park pass is needed, 7 a.m. At 2 o'clock, they will continue to let boarding groups go on, or you can register if there are any backup boarding groups. But that leads into the second thing that Dubu is about to say.
Is there perhaps a better chance of getting a boarding group now?
There is.
I love when the battery does that.
So this past weekend, Rise of the Resistance installed plexiglass barriers, not only on the transports, but also in the ITS transport and in the pre-show, well, in the pre, what do we call it? The room that Ray's in, Mike?
The briefing room?
Briefing room, thank you. So guests can now fill up more space in the briefing rooms, and they have small plexiglass barriers to separate the groups. And previously it had been stand on number 1, stand on number 2, stand on number 3, which did lead to some difficulty with guests that don't speak the language. So they changed it to colors, which helps out more. In the briefing room, in the pre-briefing room, you have color dots. In the briefing room, you have color dots. Outside the transport, you have color dots. And then inside the transport, you have color dots. So you follow the same color all the way through. Once you exit the transport, you head into the normal pathway, which they had put up plexiglass barriers for the reopening already. But now, before the detention cell, as opposed to the colored lines that they had where there were 4 of them, they have 4 colored dots where families of up to 4 can gather on those. I mean, if you have a group of 8, they'll split you in between the dots. And then when you go into the detention cell, you stand on the dots, either the furthest, a little bit further, or the 2 on the other side for the attraction. And then once you may be saved by the resistance, you board the transport that now has a large plexiglass barrier that doesn't translate very well in that picture, in between the front and second row, or the front and back row.
So before they only boarded 1 family per car, even if it meant an empty row, and that's no longer the case.
Correct. I rode it many times by myself, which was one of those unique experiences, most definitely. But I did look today, and normally before the barriers, they would be lucky if they would get to like 80 for the boarding groups. When I looked today, it was up to 97, and I think that was like 4 o'clock in the afternoon.
Oh, that's lovely. That's quite.
Yeah, the capacity is almost back to full capacity right now, which is great.
Yeah, no, it's wonderful that they're able to have all those boarding groups. I mean, a boarding group obviously is going to have fewer people within each boarding group than it had when the park is operating at full capacity. But it's nice to see them loading the same number of boarding groups as they had been when the park was fully open. So that's a nice changes, and hopefully, as we've seen, it seems like there's more people at the parks, and I suspect with the holiday season will continue. Obviously, under that 25% operating cap that Disney has said that is their still their guideline, but we've seen numbers kind of ebb and flow even under that 25% cap.
I'm sorry, I had to duck out for a quick second. Did you answer this? So you don't have to be on property to do this, right?
No.
Well, we don't know for certain, right? This is our speculation.
No, well, again, I didn't read through all the comments on the Disney Parks blog entry, but I know that in the Disney Parks, or in the Parks blog, it said nearby. So I don't think that Mike, if he had a Premier Pass, could do it from his house, which actually we should try that, test that.
Try? Yeah, no.
I know somebody has a Premier Pass in California. I'll have him do it.
No, that's a good idea.
Don't do that, please.
But the word they definitely used was nearby, and it would seem pretty easy to use the word resort guest. So
yeah, but there were many comments that people had actually reached out to Disney, and they had said it can be from your home. I'm actually going to bring up the thing to see if I can do that. So if you want to move on to Mike.
And that's your home, even if you don't live at Golden Oak, I'm guessing. Do you get Jeremiah? I can't remember.
I see lots of people asking about it, Jeremiah, but I didn't see any response. I didn't notice any responses. But if you see differently, you can let us know. But I'm excited by just the idea that even if we're just talking about outside of the park gates, it's nice that it's being expanded in that way, because if you're a park right now, you can't park hop, and so if you're somebody who just wants to sleep in a little bit and enjoy your resort, you don't feel kind of compelled to make sure you have that double hit at the access to Rise of Resistance. You can give it a try from your hotel, and then be like, oh, well, didn't get it. We can have a leisurely breakfast here before we head out. And, that'll be a really nice perk, even if it doesn't go beyond kind of the Walt Disney World zone as it's nearby.
Yeah, I think it'll definitely change the entry, the first hour or so of the park. I think it'll change that, which will be nice to go there and not have to wait an hour and a half for Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway when you're the first guest in the park.
They did indicate that this was only for the first one, right? The 2 p.m. you still need to be in the park?
Correct.
And I know people have been wondering this. Do we know an answer to, if you do not get the boarding pass, can you switch to a different park?
No, you cannot switch to a different park. Well, if you don't get the 7 a.m. boarding pass and you did want to switch to Epcot or Disney's Animal Kingdom, which are normally the parks that are available, you can always cancel your park pass reservation and then book another one if it's available that day.
Okay, that's really cool. Yeah. I mean, if that's what you care about doing.
And then I have talked to some people who have found that to be more complicated than they might have expected. So I don't know if that was based upon what ticket situation they were in or whatnot. But I've talked to just one. I've talked to someone who, but they ran into that issue a couple of times during their trip, and it ended up being resolved kind of the same way both times, and it was just a few more steps. They ended up on the phone to get it all sorted out. So.
And one of the nice things about this is, with all these bugs being worked out on this, by the time Disneyland hopefully reopens, they will have everything set for Rise, where the capacity will hopefully even be better than it was before the shutdown.
It's an exciting idea to think that they're able to work this out. Huh, Mike?
Yeah.
Yes. So, Mike, actually, you're next. How you doing, Mike Celestinos?
I'm a little tired, but I'm good to go. Let's talk.
Maybe we could put in a call to get the child on today if you're tired. He could stand in for you.
He's even sleepier.
Did I do that?
No,
that's not me. What is
that gross sky? This is the air I'm breathing in right now. It's a little bit better right now, actually. But I went to downtown Disney last week when there was a huge fire in nearby. I don't remember what town it was in, but it was very close to Disneyland. And the air was gross. There was a lot of ash falling. You could see all that black stuff all over the pavement is just ash falling from the sky. It was like apocalyptic.
So eerie. Sorry.
Did they have to cover that sign to protect it?
They don't want the Wonderground getting dirty.
Now, Mike and I have talked a little bit about these merchandise that popped up at the trading post. There were some pass holder T-shirts, a couple of pins.
Yeah, I want to show the pins that I spent too much money on again, so I get my money's worth for buying them.
He bought an oversized pin-on-pin, limited edition, representing the
Jarek.
Thank you.
No, that is just limited release, not limited edition.
You're right, limited release, and then a pin set of the coasters.
Coasters from.
Keep that there, Mike. I want to see yours.
You want to see what?
Your pins. Jeez. Okay. I expect more out of you, Mike.
No, I didn't. I'm just. Let's just keep going.
And a nice
Galaxy's
slider.
Edge, pins. Yeah, it was like, even with my discount, it was like $100 for these 4.
It's like this impulse purchase that Mike is still processing.
Yeah,
When Mike shows his new merchandise that he just bought, it invariably sounds like, why did I spend this money?
This is my latest purchase, but I bought it from
All right, I think this is a better view right now.
There you go.
I like that. I like that a lot.
Jeremiah got some Main Mouse attraction, the Haunted Mansion style ears.
We'll move to that in a little bit.
Okay. Can I go to the next story? I wasn't sure if you're done with merchandise.
Well, no, Did
we talk about the Enchanting extras?
Yeah, he did the Enchanting extras that day.
All right, let me get. Do I need to get this back up here? Or?
Yeah, you can bring me back up. Oh no, he has them. Okay, he can show and tell. Awesome.
Oh, no.
They're like his Pokemon. He got them all.
Let's hear his voice as he shows
right now,
okay,
so
he's
messing around with the glow cube.
You slam it against your forehead, Mike.
You just press the Mickey and it changes colors.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh, hang on, let me turn off the light here.
You put it in.
Ooh.
There's blue.
Got a rave going on.
Green. Oh, and this one will change between both. And it's a diamond shape for the 65th. I don't know. Is that diamond? I don't think so. Isn't
no?
diamond
It's just
60?
left over from the 60th. Yeah.
Oh. They were going 60. Yeah, they were working with it.
So this has been around for 5 years.
No, they didn't put those out, but.
All right.
You celebrate anniversaries with jewelry.
Time out. Are we sure that's a diamond? The 65th anniversary is blue sapphire.
Oh, maybe it's a sapphire. There you go.
Blue, because it goes between blues, so it's a blue sapphire.
Is a sapphire the same shape as a diamond, like this?
It can be
however
cut that
they
way.
want to cut it. Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
It can be cut that way.
This is the highlight of my broadcasting career. I'm out. Good to see you guys.
Okay, then there's a 65th anniversary. Well, I don't know. It doesn't say it's 65th anniversary on it, but it's a Disneyland hard plastic case popcorn bucket. You got the different lands represented on the sides: Tomorrowland, Frontierland, Adventureland, Fantasyland, and then this new style art of the characters.
Like a modern retro, right? It's like retro, but yet it has BB-8 and modern figures.
Yeah.
Postmodern is what they're calling it now.
Oh, okay.
And a nice
I like modern retro.
Same
Lanyard.
thing, new name.
Strap. You could wear it around the park in a couple years.
In a couple years. Ouch, just throw that in there.
Mickey Mouse and J. Jonah Jameson.
His mustache is a bit shaped differently. Yeah, okay.
Here's the back.
Nice.
Brilliant.
Yeah, we were saying how it's kind of ironic that it's labeled Wonderground Gallery, and that's the shop that closed to make way for the Star Wars trading post.
Don't worry, when they send it out here to my Wonderground Gallery in the corner of the co-op, it'll probably say the same thing. So.
I suspect that's indicative, as in the future's partners will be replaced by George Lucas holding Yoda's hand. Any chance, you guys think?
It'll be George Lucas and Dave Filoni holding the pram, the hand sticking out of the pram like this.
Aw, that sounds cute.
And then lastly, this one's going to Tony Betty, who requested the Mr.
Crazy
Toad.
Crazy-eyed Toad.
With two
Looks
different colored
weird.
eyes.
He's fun, though, but crazy-eyed.
Different sized eyes, sorry. And then a plaque on the back from the queue in Fantasyland at Disneyland. And the crest up here on the top.
I feel like to make Doobie happy, it needs to have like a lattice work on top.
Yes.
Have any vines?
With the vines that don't show up. That is so creepy.
I don't find it creepy. You guys find it? You find it creepy too, Jeremiah? How about
yes.
Mike? Does it read creepy to you?
I don't know. I just always, when they make stuff like this, I would rather it look like the character that we know. You know, it's just so stylized. It's not something that I would want to get. And I feel the same way about the partner statue. Like, if they made this in a statue that looked like the statue in the park, that would be pretty cool, and I would probably put it on a shelf. But this is like, I'm not sure what it's supposed to be.
And yet you bought it.
I bought it with Benji's money.
A whole different matter. All right, Mike. Buy anything you like recently?
I do like those pins. They're just too expensive.
Okay, fair enough. So I saw a couple days ago you got a very important email sent directly to you because of your importance in life about how Disneyland now conveys operational updates. Do you recall that email?
No, he didn't get that. That was me.
Dang it.
we had this conversation. I want to say last week we did this.
Yeah,
I really
it's the exact same thing.
I really thought I got it forwarded from Mike. All right, fine. Jeremiah, you talk about it.
Tell the news, Jeremiah.
As we move forward in this unprecedented time, yes, Doobie?
I'm looking at the email that Mike forwarded to me. Okay, go ahead.
Maybe I did also get it.
Okay, wait, because I'm like, I forwarded. Never mind. They are looking at the future of the annual pass program for Disneyland. While they didn't say that it will not be continued, it is questioned of what will be happening.
Doobie's on a totally different topic.
Oh.
Yep, that's not the story I'm talking about.
That's really funny. Doobie
is that's far more interesting than what I know.
I know what you're talking about. I'll take it.
Okay.
So I think through the Disneyland app, we're going to be getting operational updates.
There you go. So totally.
Yes.
Now it all makes sense. Doobie was having a totally different conversation than the rest of us, right?
Yeah, so correct. Instead of using Disneyland Today and Facebook as their primary means of communicating, the app is now the primary means of communicating with guests. Even so, for operational updates on Downtown Disney District right now, and presumably Disneyland Resort as a whole as time goes on.
So this says to me that if you're a Disneyland fan, be sure to download the app. It says that this shop and dine idea that's coming to DCA, you'll want that app to be able to gain access to that, whether it's however they finally facilitate that happening. You're going to get that information through that and interact with Disneyland Resort probably through that app in order to, have that access. So that's what this messaging says to me.
Just further solidifying that the app is the thing. They want everyone to have the app, and even point out have the latest version of the app, because they are going to communicate with you with the app. Your app is the link to Disney. You always have your phone with you. You always have your app with you. You and Disney are always connected at the hip, never to be separated again.
But make sure you turn on your push notifications.
Yes.
One of my friends has, and you go through and just completely wipe your phone and then reinstall it, because again, one of my friends has not gotten a notification from this app since like 2 years ago, and he's done everything possible. But I agree with you, Rebekah. I think it'll be one of those, we've gotten notifications out here about different things happening in the parks, but I think it'll be how guests will know if they can park at Downtown Disney or go into the Downtown Disney area, which will be nice. But like Mike, when I drove out there, drove for 30 minutes, got there, and okay, never mind.
I have a question.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So tomorrow I'm going to Downtown Disney. We're mostly going to be looking at the new holiday stuff that Jeremiah mostly saw in Florida. But so we're waiting on this DCA, Buena Vista Street, to open up. And they said November. But when do you guys, like if you had to guess, when do you think that's going to happen?
If I
would go ahead, Dewey.
I was going to guess a random weekday this week. Pure conjecture.
So maybe theoretically, I could get there in the morning and it could be open.
Probably wishful thinking on my part, but I think it's a possibility.
I would probably guess next week, or the middle of the month, because they want to give it at least a week before the Thanksgiving holiday and that rush. But I do definitely agree with Doobie, where it'll be some random weekday where you'll walk up and you're like, hey, look, I can walk in, or hey, look, I can go on the Jingle Cruise.
That would be cool.
But yeah, no, I'm inclined to think closer to November 11th, closer to the middle of the month than this end of the month.
Got to be careful doing it next week because there's a holiday next week, right in the middle of the week, November 11th.
Well, but the holiday tends to fall on the Monday. It migrates to the Monday, doesn't it? Not usually how we do it.
I don't think Veterans Day does. I think Veterans Day they actually do the day.
Do they? Okay.
I think.
Oh, I bet.
And then Mickey Mouse's birthday is around the corner, so I wondered if perhaps they might,
And it's an important one too. It's an important one.
I think the biggest holiday in November will probably be the day they decide to open it, Life Day.
Oh, that's coming too, huh? Lots of days in November that would be fun to be inside a Disney park for.
When is Life Day? Someone?
17th.
The 17th.
Day before Mickey's birthday.
He says, as if, you idiot. Remember, I named characters you never even heard of.
Yeah. Okay.
You're the one that knew about Blue Sapphire for the 65th anniversary.
So, correct me if I'm wrong. We've all been to Disneyland.
I think so.
Yes.
But have you seen Disneyland like you've never seen it before? Wrong. Have you seen Disneyland like you've never seen it before?
This is a great 3D book. It's Annaglyph Photos. So you put on what Gideon? Yeah, Annaglyph Photos. Gideon's more versed in the red and blue technology than I am because he likes to make movies this way. And then we put on 3D. We put on the red and blue glasses to see it. But in this case, they're using that level of photography to bring you pictures of Disneyland from days gone by, and it's if you can step into the world again. So very neat, depth of field, very cool.
We did get a chance to look at it, and it works. It works very well. It looks good.
Mine, I pre-bought mine in the early pre-sales where they did like limited 750 would be signed. And I hadn't gotten mine. Everybody out here has gotten theirs. So I sent a message to Dave Bossert, the author, and he goes, yours is right here. So it'll be going out shortly.
Oh, very good. I'm glad it's on its way. You have to let us know what you think about it.
The author is Dave Bossert, friend of LP. He's done quite a few of our podcasts and helped us out on our Marathon Disneyland birthday on July 17th. And
helping out with this show in the future on Wednesdays at 8:30.
You're going to get your plug. You're going to get your plug, Jeremiah. Don't worry. And
that marathon, back when we thought this was going to be a short-lived.
Okay, I'm not. When we were doing Moment of Disney Blitz every single day, we'd be so out of stuff by now. Of course, it's open in Disney World, so it's got to be fair. But the book is reviewed on Laughing Place, so please go check it out there. Check out the review, and if you like it, use that link to buy it. That helps us out a little bit through affiliate links, which are always nice. Let's see. Disneyland Paris, I don't think we mentioned that last week. I think we mentioned that more recently, that Disneyland Paris had to reclose. It is scheduled, assuming everything allows, to reopen again in December, but then it will close again in early January, because of essentially cost savings, I'm sure is a safe way to put it. It'll be closed through most of January, most of January, a little bit of February. So I know, isn't there a park in Central Florida that's not open every day? Is it just the Volcano Bay?
Just Volcano Bay at this point.
SeaWorld's been open every day through all this?
Yep. Everything's been going good out here. The Volcano Bay. And Volcano Bay, granted, the water parks of Disney haven't opened either, but the Volcano Bay did open. They were at full 7 days a week. And then, as it hits, they just closed up. So it is the cooler months. We did hit mid 60s today. So not always a water park day.
And then at Disney World, we've talked about this on a different show, but not on this show, the major entertainment layoff, essentially all shows. Well, Jeremiah, go for it.
All entertainment with the exception of the Voices of Liberty, the Dapper Dans, the Frozen for the first time in forever, a Frozen sing-along celebration, and Savi's Workshop. That is all the entertainment that at this time, all the equity entertainment at this time is set to continue after the new year. So
that is some really sad news. Now, Disney has made clear that, circumstances can change. This is clearly a cost reduction, workforce reduction measure. And if things progress differently, some or all of these shows and people could be back, right, Jeremiah?
Absolutely. And we hope, the longest running theatrical show in the United States, the Hoop-de-Doo Review, is dark for the longest amount of time. And technically, with all the cast laid off, the show is closed as of now.
Yeah.
So we do, our thoughts go out to all the entertainment, all the cast members that have been affected by this. It's sad, but the entertainment was the latest in the continuing layoffs through Disney, sadly.
And in some ways, I think it was the most tangible because it's so ingrained in the park experience. And if you reduce the number of servers, you still have servers, and so it doesn't impact in the same. It's not as tangible.
We can put a face to this.
Yeah,
you can put the Hoop-de-Doo or the citizens of Hollywood face to the entertainment.
And it's hard to imagine that you're going to go to American Adventure and there's no Voices of Liberty at all. It's just a weird thought. Mike, are you a big fan of live entertainment in the theme parks?
You know what? I don't often when I go.
When I do.
When I go to the parks for myself, recreationally, I don't often stop and watch a show. I'm more of a ride through attraction kind of guy. But as part of my job over the last 5 years, I've seen a lot of shows at Disney theme parks, and they've always been really entertaining. And there are some that I like more than others, but I think it's definitely a key element in visiting a Disney park for sure.
That was my follow-up question. You said there's some you like more than others. Can I hear one or two that are your particular favorites?
Let's think about it for a second. Okay, so you know what? So I went to Walt Disney World on a media trip probably 3 years ago or so, and they took us to watch the Finding Nemo musical at Animal Kingdom, which I never saw before, and I probably would never have gone to see on my own, but I really liked it. I was so impressed by the puppets and everything, and I'm a big puppet guy, and they just had some cool ones in that show.
Lovely. Yeah, that's definitely one of my favorites. I think that's probably my second favorite Disney live show of all time. Jeremiah, how about you?
Live entertainment has become more of a focus for me, I think, in the past few years. Disneyland, we've had this discussion, the 40th Cabaret, the Tomorrowland Cabaret for the 40th anniversary was, I think, what cemented us as Disney fans out at Disneyland. And when I moved out here, I would always stop and see the entertainment, but Voices of Liberty had become the go-to whenever I was at Epcot. I made a point of seeing at least one or two of their shows. But entertainment, you can only ride the rides so many times when you're local, and you need something to just kind of cleanse your palate in between attractions. And I think the entertainment did that in all the parks. So hopefully we'll be seeing some returns sooner rather than later.
Oh, definitely.
Definitely. Yeah. Did you love Finding Nemo, Rebekah? I should know this, but what's a particular favorite of yours? I don't even know. Like
a live stage kind of. Yeah. See, I'm fond of reviews, and they've moved away from those. But I do like Finding Nemo, but nothing beats for me things like, back in the day, like Animazement or shows like that where you have an overview of the Disney catalog. And I hope that those will make a comeback eventually, because it's just one of those things where a little bit of for everybody. But I guess right now for me it'd be Fantasmic, huh? I love, and I'm one of the weirdos who really likes Florida's Fantasmic. I don't Disneyland's classic is top of the food chain, but then I prefer Walt Disney World's version to the current Disneyland model, and that's just my thing. So, but Like I say, I like the catalog.
I agree with you. I love shows like Animazement, Magic Kingdom Cabaret. Magic Kingdom Cabaret, Jeremiah said, is one of my favorite. But I, too, absolutely love Finding Nemo the musical. I think it is the second best live show they've ever done. The first, of course, being Toy Story the musical from the Disney Cruise Line. So I will miss and I'm a huge fan of these. I see these a lot. I see shows far more than I go on rides when I have my choice.
I was going to say, he chooses shows over rides for sure.
This is really, really sad. Jeremiah, you were going to say something?
No, I was just shaking my head about Toy Story the musical. I need to listen to the music. I think that will cement my love for that musical. I have to listen to the soundtrack. Can I buy that on iTunes, Doobie? Or
I honestly don't know. I'm sorry. What's that look for? Are you making fun of me?
I'm just the soundtrack was never released. Like they. It was going to be released when it was going to be put into the Hyperion at Disney's California Adventure, but
it didn't happen.
And then finally, the last story. Second to last story is talk about Morocco, Jeremiah. I've heard some stuff going on in Morocco. Can you tell me?
Am I supposed to be belly dancing right now? What's going on?
Yes. Please go for it. Let's see it.
No.
Whoa, geez. So Morocco, since it's opened, has been the food. Actually, I think all of Morocco has been run by outside of Disney vendors, and it was I think Marrakesh restaurant is who ran the Spice Road table, the restaurant Marrakesh, and the small quick service that I cannot think of the name of it. And then the small quick service. Tangerine. Yeah, the Tangerine Cafe closed a few months ago. And then the restaurant Marrakesh hadn't reopened since the parks reopened. But as of mid-December, I believe it is.
December 10th.
I see it. Like a steel trap. Nothing gets in. The Spice Roads table is no longer taking reservations, and Disney is actually taking over running the restaurant. While they've made the statement that there won't be any dramatic changes, we don't know what it will be like. But I have no problem with Disney as long as it's not them kicking people out. It's just kind of, I think they're absorbing more than taking over.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and then the final story I wanted to mention, just as a kind of follow up on what we talked about earlier with the layoffs, is future Disney legend Josh Gad, the voice of Olaf, and huge Disney fan, has encouraged people to donate to the cast member Pantry to help the people that have been laid off. And of course, he's starting it with his own donation. So we also encourage those of you who've gotten so much pleasure from Disney cast members over the years, both known and unknown, if you are able and in a position to consider making a donation to help them out during these difficult times. So, did I miss anything? Jeremiah, why don't you promote yourself?
Hi, I'm Jeremiah. I don't like walks on the beach. Oh, not like that. Wednesday, 5:30 Pacific, 8:30 Eastern, the first ever Theme Park History 101. I think we should probably put Laughing Place Presents Theme Park History 101 or Jeremiah Good of Laughing Place Presents. Longer title.
So long. I know. Exactly. Come on.
So what this show is going to be, we do dig a little deeper where we go into select attractions. What I want the theme park history is not just Disney. I mean, it will probably be mostly Disney, but I want to talk about different theme parks and just kind of, talk with some of my geeky friends about the fun things that they've gotten out of theme parks. I know Doobie, Rebekah, and Mike also, we've all talked about our love of theme parks. So this will be something unique. My first guest will be our very own Cole, and we'll be talking about his amazing project of the history of the parks, of the North America parks, which will be lots of fun.
Awesome. I am very much looking forward to you kicking off your own show. I'm very much looking forward to being in the chat, annoying you. It's going to be fun. Congratulations, Jeremiah. That's going to be awesome. Once again, that starts Wednesday, 5:30 p.m. Pacific, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time, featuring Jeremiah. Anyone else want to say anything before we round out this show?
I'm going to spin a wheel.
Thank you for remembering. I even have it at the top.
Spin the wheel.
So I feel like
Mike is like, what's going on?
For Disney, for our Dig a Little Deeper show, we've created this wheel, and we have on it Space Mountain, Buzz Lightyear attraction, because there's several. Midway Mania, Monsters Inc. Laugh Floor, Carousel Progress, Tower, Rock and Roller Coaster, Small World, Jungle Cruise, Dinosaur, Country Bears, American Adventure, Autopia, Radiator Springs, Peter Pan, Railroad, Space Mountain, and those are the ones we're choosing from. So I'm going to spin the wheel.
So this will decide our next topic on Sunday. Oh, wait a minute.
Yes.
I love that idea. Oh,
wow.
Okay. That's the one I was rooting for, too.
I was
just
worried.
in time for Halloween.
I was actually worried about that, Rebekah, because you have Jungle Cruise on the wheel.
Oh.
and Country Bear.
Yep,
Yeah.
I have several on the wheel. Oh.
So, Mike, are you going to join us to talk about Tower of Terror?
There you go.
When are you doing it?
We do it Sunday afternoons. I'll drop you an email.
Sure.
So we are going to be talking about Tower of Terror on the next edition of Dig a Little Deeper, which is Sunday, 4 p.m. Pacific time.
And that is really just digging a little bit deeper.
Oh, no, we get deep.
We've been getting deeper the past couple of days.
If I'm not mistaken,
us having a good time and just sharing our favorite bits.
Yesterday we got 125 feet deep.
I think it's 150, to be honest.
Okay, so in
China.
fact, China. Yesterday's show was Spaceship Earth. We had a lot of fun on doing Spaceship Earth yesterday. Tons of fun. Mike, would you stand atop Spaceship Earth, Mike?
Would I stand on the top? I always wondered do you guys know how they did that with Mickey? Was he really just standing up there?
Oh yeah. Cast members actually do that as part of their attraction training on that attraction. So
and
they
get
to go
there's no danger of slipping and falling off.
Oh, see,
don't.
This is the whole. Okay, so just to catch people up who weren't watching yesterday, when I said that's one of my bucket list items, Jimmy said it terrifies him because he knows that thing's been constructed so that water will trickle, so that it's like been specially developed. And he's like, "Won't I just slide off? As soon as I get up there, won't I just slide off the sides?"
Yeah.
So I find it fascinating that
I'm with Doobie on this one. I think I would not do it because I would be terrified.
Just gonna slide right off.
My bucket list theme park item was to ride past the unloading zone in the Haunted Mansion and go around to the loading area, and I did it a couple years ago.
Mike, have you ever ridden the stretching room back up?
I can't say
that's pretty scary.
You hope it stops.
That will have to be on your bucket list now. You'll have to that one.
Mike, have you ever worked at a theme park?
Nope.
So have you done a real backstage look at any attractions at all?
No, just through my job and then a couple times being evacuated. That's really all.
Okay.
And you've been evacuated?
Yeah, from Splash Mountain. That was awesome. I loved that. Right, we got evacuated right before the lift hill in Splash Mountain, and we got to walk through the door that's right there at the bottom of the lift hill, and we saw where all the water goes back there and stuff. It was so cool. Wow.
I have the worst luck. I literally clocked 20 hours a week as a theme park guest for about a decade, and I've only ever been walked off one attraction, right? Oh no, two. It's now two, and both happened within the same week. One in Walt Disney World and the other in Disneyland. And I got and that was it in all and that's it in my entire Disney existence. That it's amazing to me.
That I got evacuated from Monsters Inc. also at DCA, but that wasn't as exciting because they just walked us through at the rest of the ride. So it was basically stuff you would have already seen just by riding it.
I thought you meant at Magic Kingdom. I'm like, that's not that big a deal, Mike.
Exit.
My first walk off was Carousel of Progress. It's just open the door, right? Just open the door, go outside, but it's a little bit longer walk because you're, on the back side of the circle, right?
Oh, I would want to get walked off Skyway. I thought that would be pretty cool, but never.
Good night, folks.
All right. Thanks, Jeremiah, for reminding me where we are in
a little while.
Yes, in just 2.5 hours, the one up there is going to be doing Movie Club, LP Movie Club, with The Sorcerer's Apprentice, starring Nick Cage and that guy who's not John Franco. Saw it last night. Fun movie.
Jay Baruchel.
Yeah.
Thank you. Jay
And that was back in
Baruchel.
the era when he was in everything, right? You could couldn't turn around without bumping into Jay on something.
And Yensid and Mickey and the Brooms and
No, wrong one.
I saw The Sorcerer's Apprentice in the theater, and I don't remember anything about it except for who was in it.
That's how I felt. So it's nice. I got, and my son joined me in watching it last night. He hadn't seen it, so that was
it's a fun movie.
So it'll be fun. I'm looking forward to talking about it with the LP crew, but I haven't checked to see who else signed up for it, so I don't know who I'll be chatting with. So it'll be fun. This is my first movie club, so I'm excited. Something different for me in the world of LP YouTube.
It's a Disney Plus movie. If it were done today, it would definitely be straight to Disney Plus, and nothing wrong with that. And then tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. Pacific time, high noon, from Disney's Hollywood. You guys got me thinking all Western stuff with your Mando recap. That was so awesome earlier today.
Yes, yeah, you sound just like Gordon.
Jeremiah's going to be at Disney's Hollywood Studios. Anything in particular going to be checking out tomorrow morning, Jeremiah?
Well, I'm going to wake up at 7:00 to see if I can get a boarding virtual queue time. If not, I will be standing there at 11:59 and 33 seconds waiting to go on live.
If you want to,
we'll just walk around.
I know. If you want to, by the way, at 7:00, just impromptu go live while you try to do this, feel free.
I don't recommend it.
And then let's see. Tomorrow's Tuesday, so that means, of course, we have Disney Trivia Live. But before that, we have a special treat. Mike Celestinos. All of them are going to be live from downtown Disney at 11 a.m. You excited about that, Mike?
Yeah, I think I'm really crossing my fingers that we get Buena Vista Street tomorrow, even though it's not. I don't know what the odds are, but that would be a fun surprise. I think. Otherwise,
hold on, I can tell you the odds. Just 1 second.
Okay.
Never tell me the odds.
Hang on.
I mean, otherwise
it is 1 in 30. 30 days of November.
Well, but two of those have been eliminated already. It's going to be 1.
So 1 in 20.
1 in 28.
It is not opening on Thanksgiving Day. Let's get that out of there. Or Black Friday. Okay.
Yeah, but if it's not open, we just got to figure out like what's changed since last week, which would be like some stuff in World of Disney, and then maybe some decorations around outside, and whatever else we can find.
Yeah, hoping some Christmas decor. That would be nice. So
I'm excited.
I'll suspect I'll be the one talking. I don't know. Tony's on tomorrow, so I'm not sure. But anyway, you two will be there. That's important. The person in headquarters. No.
So Mike and I are going to talk to each other.
Perhaps. And then at 7:30 p.m., of course, we've got Disney Trivia Live with myself, my son, sometimes my wife.
Mike's just
They're sharing a private joke.
That was
They're talking to each other.
Yeah.
They're being telepathetic.
Got that right. I think that's enough promo. And then of course on Wednesday, Jeremiah premieres his new show, 5:30 p.m. Pacific, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time, Disney Theme Park 101, which if I'm
Theme Park History 101.
History 101, which means it's broken, right?
That'll be the first lesson.
It actually was kind of a double joke. Like I thought of that when I came up with the title.
All right, guys. Thanks so much for putting in the long episode today. Thanks especially to Mike and Rebekah. Oh, all three of you guys have been going all day. Never mind. Thanks to all of you.
Yeah, I just hit 11 hours.
Yep.
So.
Yep.
Wow. Greatly appreciate the efforts you guys are putting in. And with that, we will say goodbye until next week from Disney Parks Talk Live.